I just do that. Boom. So what you want to do is just play with the scale. However, and also you want to put transparency on so you can see what's going on here. So what is important is this midsection here, right? You sort of want it placed Are you kidding me? Where the shoulders are and where the hips are. See, what's nice about this tool is it creates, okay, so now for example, now we can create the bones in the spine. So in the neck, she's got how many fingers again? She's got 4 fingers. So I think we're going to leave out the index finger. Which one would be? Yeah, because index finger. Index. Let's do. Thinking the ring. Which means she'll never get marriage proposals. Okay. The finger joints, we can keep that at 3, I think. Just want to see how that looks. See how that looks when I put it on 2. Mm, 3 is good. So toe joints is where you really don't need too much. In fact, I think that's good enough. Okay, so spine, neck, I really want to rename that character. I'm going to call her Moon Female. That was like sort of a toy name for her. Now the thing is with this is you don't want to be you want to start in the center, so you'll also see like there is her sort of tail, right? So you want to sort of just position her skeleton, I suppose, to the middle. What I always do is I try and, so now you need to try and fit this inside of your model. Okay, so before I continue, okay, before we continue, I just want to check something. Mirror left to right. Okay, so it's gonna do it the way I suppose. So if you're unsure what it is, you just grab that. So that's the left foot. Now, she's got this thingy, this beautiful little claws on the side. I'm always confused whether I should take it, make it skew or not. I think so. We'll just put that at the base of the toes. So we want to make sure that's more or less centered inside the foot. Right, and now you just do that little trick, edit skeleton, mirror left to right. Okay, and it will sort it out for you. So you just do one side, the good side. So now you sort of need to make sure her spine follows the curve of her body. Like you'll notice it's actually you have to move this a little bit in, that a little bit in. And it will give you warnings here. Like if you lock it in, what's going on. Right. So this is the neck joint. That's the head. This here is the neck. So what you can do is you can also click on this and I will show you. So you want to put this at the base of the neck. Which it is, pretty much. And I want to put this at the top of the head. I'm just going to make the head a little bit forward. Okay, but I fucked up here. I suppose it's fine. I can just move the shoulder. So unfortunately my character is not in a T-pose. It's just the nature of the beast. Sometimes the modelers don't care much about your rigging. They just want to have an awesome model. Can't blame them. So anyway, you want to do the left to right. Trick again, skeleton. Okay, and you definitely want to save. Don't forget to save. It's important. Still just checking, so I'm just making sure everything is inside the skin. Or inside my model, like in polygon level. Right, so now just So see, what's this joint? So that's the start of her left arm. This is her left shoulder. So this should actually go in a bit. In and up. She doesn't have much of a shoulder. Okay, that looks good. Now we want to rotate that downwards. Put too much. About there. And take your time, guys. I mean, this is super important. If you fuck it up, you have to come do it again. Trust me, you don't want to do it again. You don't want to fuck it up. That's for sure. Necrocyst. Yeah, it's a good model. Well, the mandate was to create a female character for the male character, and I think he did an awesome job. His next model is going to be even better, and I actually have another model that I need to work on a bit. That's from our intermediate modeler. She needs a bit of direction, but it's looking really good. Starting to build up our character base with original characters, original artwork. Replacing some of the assets we bought just for like the interim. Right, so you want to put that. So once again, so it's going to moan, it's going to say, hey, you're not in the T-pose here. But at least keep that section green. So that means at least the arm is straight. Unity will sort that out for you, luckily. Before making them, man, it was an issue. Because then you had to put your model into T-pose and all kinds of stuff. Alright. So now we're at the base of the hand. And I have a weird angle to work with here, so I'm probably going to need to rotate it, swing it a bit. You don't want to willy-nilly rotate those joints, although it's not a big issue nowadays. when I place it, I'm actually just thinking of what the influences are going to be. And now the problem with this nail is, because there's so little around it, it's going to grab. It's going to grab some of them on the side here. I wish I could just like wrap it or something. Like there was a tool. Yeah. No, he's got some skill. Very young guy, but he's got skill. Like he didn't model it into T-pose and stuff like that. But overall his UVs, his texturing, everything is amazing. Very solid. You know, for a young, inexperienced guy. Hopefully he'll make a name for himself with this game. And then he'll be like the hottest thing ever. He'll go work for waiter workshops or something. Work on the next fucking Lord of the Rings or... I don't know. We ran out of books. But yeah, he's a good guy. Russian. Okay, so let's just do the old trick of... And without this thing, previous versions of Maya, before they introduced this human IK console, it was a mission, man. Because you had to create the bones manually, and then you had to name them. And at least when you have a prototype skeleton, it like already takes away so much pain. Now he gave me some visual cues here, so I can more or less see where the knuckles should be. And as Necrosis says, it's stuff like that, it's actually making a model as a concept. Like what distinguishes, I think, the main features of this is obviously the tanks and the way that the mask works and the tails. And those are really solid concepts that our artist came up with. And even with the male, like the female version, he used those same concepts, and just like the male would have horns and the female won't have horns, right? Something you would expect. But if you see the female alone, you could mistake it for a male. But as soon as you see both of them together, they just make so much more sense together. They make a very cute couple. And it's a bit of a tedious job, and trust me, it's going to get tediouser because of the hands so close now to this part of the body. You're going to need to zero all influences on the side. Definitely going to need to paint skin weights. There's no doubt about it. And also because of the mask. You don't want the mask to bend and this kind of stuff. It's a solid piece of metal. So now, notice that I did this up front. I looked and saw how many fingers I got. Imagine if I got here now and I see I've got an extra joint, and you go back into your definition and you change that, then you're going to lose all your work. So you have to be careful of what you do in the beginning and make sure that your definition is correct. Because it's happened a few times with me. And it's frustrating, man. Right, so this is looking good so far, so I'm just going to mirror my definition. Let's just see the side. Sort of need to look the same. Maybe just want to move that in a bit. Try and use straight movements as much as possible. See, I want the nail to be a solid piece, not like bend. So the tip of the finger is actually before the nail. Same here, actually. Which doesn't leave me much room here. Let's do that. Good. Also, a great hint that I'll tell you now is start from the middle, go down, and from the middle, go up. Because everything is in a hierarchy. So you don't want to start with the fingers, configure the fingers, then get here and realize, oh, this is too low. Because then you're going to drag that entire part down, and then you have to redo everything you did. So you want to start at the base of the hierarchy, and then move your way that way until you get to the fingertips. I mean, it sounds obvious and it probably sounds like a dumb thing, but trust me, when you're a noob doing this for the first time, you do make all kinds of mistakes. And then afterwards you're like, that was so obvious, why don't I fucking just do it that way? Anyway. So you see what I mean with hierarchy. So it like moves the joints. So when you first have to move that one, then you can move that one a bit in, and then that one. But now, shouldn't have made so much joints, damn it. In Maya, you can't really check your rig that nicely. I find that the Unity rig setup, where you can check the muscles, that helps a lot to see if your rig is right. So before I even do the skin bind, I'll do export, just to make sure that all the joints are working right. I'll show you how to do that now. Yeah, that last finger is going to be super odd. It's too short. Stupid menu this. Okay, so you definitely want to save this, and even though you mirrored it, you want to check the other side. I don't trust it, man. I don't trust it. Looks kind of right. That one probably needs to be pushed in a bit. This one. Oh, it's cute. I think that's pretty good. Looks right for the most part. Check the other side. So I'm just fixing it on this side, obviously. Stupid thumb. All right. Oh, why do I hear myself, man? Okay, so now we just need to check the head. I'm not too sure where to place the head. I'm thinking in the center, but sometimes the weights are a bit weird. Okay, so this is pretty good. Okay, before you do anything, save, because you're gonna cry if you do something wrong here and it like resets it. Okay, so I've locked it now. So I forego with the ring finger because I only have 3 fingers, 4 fingers. Okay, it looks good. All looks good. Except for those. Obviously it's not a T-pose. It's all good. And that's a bit disjointed, but that's fine. A quick check is just switch it back here and see what extrudes. The stupid thumb. Guess what? I locked it. Stupid. And why is this thumb giving me so much issues today? So I don't know what that is. Save it. I don't know what that is. Just want to make sure the skeleton is not sticking out. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to lock that in. Save it again. So now the moment of truth, really. Oh, before we do this, we need to build the tail. Guys, just give me a second. I'll be back. Okay. Right, so we're pretty much there. Now we just need to add the tailbones. So for that you need to go to your animation shelf. And there's a I think it's this one. Actually not sure. What the heck? I see it's done that to me before. Let's delete that. Ah, that's what you do. Where is it? Seriously, what the heck? Done it the other day with the mail. It joins insert maybe. It's there in the background. I don't know why. I suppose the other way to do this there you go. That's one way to do it. Okay, so just use the outliner. I don't know if this is this is probably an easier way to do it, but I just found the fucking hacking way to do it, which is pretty good, because all I need is a few joints here. At least so we could just start this tailbone. Oh, this is so irritating. Maybe I must just have it selected on the outliner. must be an easier way to do this. Better. How many sections do we need? 1, 2. Okay. Also, don't want to make it too complex, so I want to animate this. So obviously this race is going to use their tail like a surprise attack. We'll just slap you with a fucking tail out of nowhere. Be pretty cool. Species, should I say. Okay. So what you want to do also is just make sure, call it something meaningful, not just joint. Pretty straight. Straight as it will be. Oh shit. Wait, let me save this. It's amazing. It allowed me to edit it. I locked it, but it allowed me. Okay, so now the moment of truth. So in your outliner, you sort of want to make sure you want that reference node. There's your skeleton. It's basically a reference to that. So this transform here, very important. That's your character. And then he has a tail. And a spine. Okay, good. So Dave, now I don't know, nowadays I'm so unsure about this. I don't know if delete all by type is necessary, but I'm going to do this anyway. Of my bad habits. Okay, or maybe good habits. So now our character's pretty much done, except for now the real work starts, because now we have to bind the skin. So doesn't matter what you do here. You just bind. Okay, so now you'll see the skeleton has different colors. That's how I know it's binded, but sometimes it's not. So it's a good indication. That's all I can say. It's a good indication. Problem is now we have to go look at the skin. So you need this interactive skin bind tool. No. Paint skin weights tool. That's the puppy. So to get this thing to work, first switch to black and white. And now we need to get the model into a special mode where it will actually show You see what the problem is here? It's going to drag the shoulder with that joint. Why is it not showing me a color? It's not showing my influences. I always have a problem with this tool. It's because the view mode is not in the correct mode for it to actually show. Just use rainbow colors for now. Something to do with the view, some setting. Take that off. That's not that. I'll figure it out now. Probably not that. It's probably not this. It's probably also not that. Come, you stupid tool. No, it's not working. It's not working. Once you get it in the right mode, it works like a charm. This is not the right mode. Let me Google this quickly. I'm sure I'm not the only one struggling with this. Ah, okay. Ah! I hate it when I struggle like this. Display. Hang on. that's the problem right there. Why is this not enabled? What the artist did to me, man. I hate fucking struggling like this. Hello, 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 hello. That's right. Sort of. No, it's not. What the fuck is it doing? Don't know what this has got to do with the time slider. That's better. Okay, okay, got it. Not sure what I did, but that multicolor feedback, you switch that shit off. And then shading, you have to switch off use default material. Okay, finally. So it's pretty simple once you got it working. Okay, so you select that. So now you can see, for some reason, all of those vertices are being influenced. So what you're going to do is make this, we go into paint mode. Make the value 0. And you paint. And now when you do that, you'll see the white disappear. That means what you're doing is every single vertex now, you're basically telling it that joint has no influence on D. So that, my friends, is why you need to model your models in T-poses, because otherwise these things happen. But this is a good exercise to show you, because it doesn't matter if you even model in a T-pose, and like in this case you have stuff in your face, like you have a mask or something. You're gonna need to go in here someday and fix the skin weights. And unfortunately we can't mirror this. So this is going to take a while. Let's just see if there's a mass. There's a better way of doing it. You just select all of them. I've done this before. So I just do a vertex. Go into vertex mode. Normal vertex mode. Select the whole. Just grab all those faces there. Are you kidding me? Right, I convert that selection. So just do a. This is select polygons. Select, convert selection to vertices. Then go into your paint skin weights tool again. Left hand. So left hand's pretty fine. So now, why does it have all this shit selected? Oh. Doesn't matter. You're kidding me. No, don't do this to me. Fuck. Oh, that's maybe a good one. Let's give it a shot. I'm just gonna grab these shells. It's all good. So we learn. Okay, convert to vertices. Cut your skin weights tool again. No, left hand is good. What you're looking for is influences here, coloration. So there. So now you can just say value 0 and flood. Boom! Faster than going and doing individual vertices. So you would just want to do the paint individual vertices when you like. You have some delicate job, but in this case it's just stop being dumb. Stop being dumb. So you go, see there's some influences there. Sometimes I prefer using this color map. Like the other guy the other night was like, why you like rainbow colors? Like, because it makes sense. See, you can see more detail with the color. And even though it's like very faint influence, it's still an influence. Like that one is very strong, so I'm going to flood that. Okay. So what would happen now is if the guy moves his hand, this whole body is going to move with it. That's basically what joints are. It's just the vertices are weighted relative to the joints. So the vertices move with the joint. And you have to set the influences right. Okay, so now we have this guy. Luckily we can just flood. So obviously you don't want those vertices selected where there is influence. You just want the ones where you don't want influence. Just select all of that. And then go. Flood. Boom. Flood. Just go down the hierarchy. So here's the thumb. You can see the thumb has got a bit of influence there. So you flood that. Alright, so let's look at the right hand. So we can't mirror what we did here. So we have to do it for the other side.